With every breath, a promise to rise. Together we chase the limitless skies. Galvanize the world, feel the mold of my life. Every healthy choice, it feels so right. Data in our hands, we hold the key. A future built on trust and integrity. Galvanize the world, feel the light. With every healthy choice, it feels so right. Data in our hands, we hold the key. A future built on trust and integrity.
Hello to all you Galvanators out there. Byron Belka here. Excited to welcome you to another Galvanator Unite call. And we're going to be going over some awesome stuff today. So wherever you're tuning in from, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Whether you're watching this live or watching the replay, let us know. But we put this on multiple channels, as you know. We've got our link. We have it on YouTube. We have it on our X or Twitter. And we also have it on Facebook streaming. So wherever you're tuning in from, welcome. We love to be able to share this information with you on a weekly basis, let you know what's going on in the community, different things, tips and tricks that can help you push and share the message of Galvan to people as we're going out there and going to have the best year Galvan has ever had. So as we're here in February, kicking things off for this month, there's a lot of great things that we want to be focusing on first of the year, and then just anticipating all the things that are coming for this year. So as I want to reiterate, like we talked about last week, just the importance of being here, plugging in, making sure that you know what's going on so that you can take advantage of everything. And so we've got a great call lined up for all of you today. And I'm excited to first off kick it off with Dr. Adam Sharp, who's going to share a few things with you all today. So Adam, thanks for being here. Thanks for your passion as always. And I'll turn it over to you.
Awesome. Thank you, Byron. Thank you for joining. As you know, we're here to heal humanity. And the last couple of weeks, last week, we talked a little bit about our minds. The week before, we talked about our bodies. And today, mind, body, and soul is I'm going to talk a little bit about our soul. And we're not a religion, obviously. We're not looking to change your spirituality at Galvan. But it is a really key component of our health and wellness. And so you've seen and heard of many of the things that G Plus does. And I'll be turning the time over to Robert, our product guru, to talk about some cool features in G Plus, and later with Casey with some customer service, and also an opportunity for you all to share your experiences and testimonials with people. But today we're going to talk a little bit about soul. And when I woke up this morning, I received an email from the New York Times. I know that we've got people from around the world, but that's you probably heard of that news outlet. And so in the New York Times, the title of the article was "Wealthy and Unhappy." And there's a new, just came out, I believe yesterday, group of people that are supposed to be bipartisan for the two big political parties, at least in the United States. And these are economists and a variety of different academics that have gotten together to try and create an objective assessment of some economic factors, but also some wellness and health factors. So the only reason I bring this up is I think it perfectly illustrates, as I read this, about why we need to worry about our souls and why we need to feed them. As you can see here, the United States has done well since 1990. So 1990 to 2023, economically speaking, we have shot up much faster than, frankly, everyone but China. And if you look at per persons or per capita, we still make well more than China does per person. That's a good thing. I think economic growth, all of us would agree, is a good thing. Here's the problem: is it's not sufficient. So if you look at this is part of the report. Over that same time period, of which we have become wealthier as a country in the United States, our life expectancy has actually gone down compared to other countries. Our life satisfaction has gone down. And so I think this is part of why it's important that we find purpose and find direction in the things that we are doing. And I think this fits in perfectly with why we included mind, body, and soul in G Plus as part of our mission to heal humanity. So you guys may get sick of my referring to James Allen, but I recently read this little teeny book and I loved this quote. I thought this was perfect for what we're trying to do as part of Galvan and with G Plus as we strive to be our best selves. So you can read this. It talks about the greatest achievement was at first and for a time a dream. And the oak sleeps in the acorn, the bird waits in the egg, and in the highest vision of the soul, a waking angel stirs. Dreams are the seedlings of realities. So I love this as we think of a more holistic perspective and holistic picture, which is far more than just making a living, which is reflected in the data that I just showed you. So here's a question: is how are we able to actually understand more about our soul, and how do we do that? Well, we're going to talk a little bit about how we track our energy. And one might ask, like, what is energy? And one, kind of the scientific definition of energy is it's the ability to do work, whether that's to move something or emit light or create heat. Energy does all of those things. Well, from a health perspective, we see a lot about energy drinks in particular. There's other energy products, but in 2024, it was estimated to be over $100 billion industry worldwide is energy drinks. Now we know energy drinks come with pros and cons and different things. But the real question is, how do we know when we feel like, oh, I have no energy, I'm tired, or, oh, I feel good, I have a lot of energy. But there's been very few ways to actually objectively measure it. As you can see here, this is part of where G Plus comes in and part of what we're trying to do with our blockchain community. So as part of G Plus, the part that we have assigned to Soul is around measuring your energy. When you do your voice recognition check-in, your wellness check every day, not only does it measure your mood and your stress, but it measures your energy. And it's something that you can track over time to see if what you're doing is actually boosting your energy or decreasing your energy. And it's done in a way that's extremely objective. As you know, our AI voice recognition, it takes these 2,550 biomarkers in our voice when we're speaking, and it can assess them. And in this case, in assessing energy, it takes the speed, the power, and the dynamics of just the way that you're speaking to objectively assess your energy. So what an awesome tool. If you're not already using this as part of the G Plus app, you should be tracking your energy. Make sure that the things that you're doing are actually improving or maintaining the energy that you need in order to live the life that you want to live. So, oh, shoot. Well, I don't know if this is coming up white on yours, but part of what this says here in this white box, for whatever reason, is that there are two of the things that we do as part of G Plus. One of them is set goals. Now, you could set any goal that you want. It might be about meditation. It might be about prayer. It might be about breath work. It might be about something else. It could be a goal to achieve your mental health goals or improve your body through exercise. So we've created that as part of G Plus. It reminds you can go in, create that pattern of being able to track your goals and set them. So that is part of what we hope that you will do. Another part that I believe is part of nourishing your soul is sharing with others. So you can get in and you can share a variety of things. You can share your patterns. You can share your mental health check-in and how you're doing with your mood or your stress or your energy. As we share with others, that's part of beginning to nourish our soul. So I end kind of with the same quote as we began with. In the highest vision of the soul is where we're aiming to be. And so this is a part of what we're trying to do here at Galvan is we want you to be happy. We want you to be content. We want you to find purpose. I guess I will say that sadly, one of the greatest women I ever knew, I went to her funeral on Saturday. She finished her mortal life here, and the things that were talked about in her were all uplifting to my soul. It helped me to find purpose, and one of the things that she did that fits perfectly within part of the goals is she wrote thank you notes. She was the type of person that she would write. And they were sincere. They were actually legitimate things. They weren't just, hey, thank you. she would find something specific and important about other people, and she would write them. And I was the benefactor of receiving many of those. So I hadn't done anything for her that was grand at all. She found ways to thank me. And it was, one other thing that made me think about as we set goals to feed our soul and to achieve our highest vision and purpose. So as we strive to be our healthiest self, as we strive to heal humanity and work on our mind and body, don't forget your soul. Make sure that you are nourishing it and that you have purpose in all the things that you're doing, because you're doing a lot of them. So with that, we'll turn the time over to Robert, and Robert's going to share about, I think, a few things about G Plus and how you might be able to reward yourself for certain actions.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be back in action. I think I'm going to pivot just a little bit because you've touched my soul based on your conversation with energy. So let's show each of you, if you've got your G Plus app up, let's take a little tour on how we can actually see how well our energy is doing. So on my screen, I can look at my energy and see I'm right in the zone there. So I can click on energy here, or I can hit my quick menu screen down here, and I can go into my vitals. And you can see I've already up here, I've already set it to soul. I can change it to body or mind, but on my vitals, I can see my energy overall score. I'm averaging about 49. Today I got 53. So I'm right in the zone for my energy. And the three components that Dr. Sharp mentioned that make up energy from our wellness check are power, speed, and dynamics. And so I can see I'm high on the power today, and I'm right spot on the speed and the dynamics. Now, when you think of your voice, when you think of power, that is the output, how much energy, how much power is coming out of your voice. Speed is obviously the speed in which you're talking, and the dynamics is the timbre or the fluctuation within your voice. So those three elements are the components to measure your speed. If I look at the frequency, I can see my energy is over weeks, months, 6 months, year time. My energy is pretty constant. Now, when you think of the opposite of energy, the vitality is probably the high end. The opposite of that would be fatigue. And so you can see the difference between vitality and fatigue. And I'm probably right in the zone for myself as far as energy is concerned. And I can see down here, I can move from energy. I can also see the metrics when it relates to speed, power, dynamics. And then in soul, the other thing that we've included in the soul section is sleep. And I have to admit that sleep is my biggest challenge. You can see how I waffle on my sleep. And so that's probably one of the targets that I need to focus on. And uniquely, if I may, we can set our badges to see how we're doing. So for instance, if I can go in now, I can see that I've got a badge on sleep. And it's taken me 6 months, but I am close to earning another badge on sleep. And so to help me motivate myself to get a regular pattern for sleep, I have set up a badge to do that as well. So again, we are grateful that we have the opportunity to focus on the different components of our health, whether it's mind, body, and soul. And hopefully that will help you understand where you can go to measure and see your energy and how you can challenge yourself. You can set some goals as well around energy and check them off, or some badges to see that you have achieved things. And with that tip on the G Plus app, I am now going to move this over to Casey. Casey, are you there?
Hi. Perfect. So I'm going to go over kind of a fun thing today. We are going to open up a contest for the community. We would love to hear your feedback and get some more of a testimonial from you. And so let me just share my screen here. Ooh. Okay, here we go. So you can scan this QR code and head over to, it'll take you to the Galvan website. And it will basically let you provide some feedback for us. If you are willing to share your experience with Galvan, this is going to enter you into a contest to win, a drawing to win some eyes rewards. We would love to hear kind of your experience, how you use Galvan, any impact that you've had with that. If you just have feedback for us, we love to hear that. This will come straight to us, and then we'll be able to use that. We will be sharing that throughout the community. But we would love to hear your feedback and just be able to help grow our community. So that's my big focus for that. The other focus I have is we're going to do a fun customer service here. And if you guys have not upgraded your wallet, one of the big things that will prevent you from seeing if you have not gone from wallet 1.0 to 2.0 is the biggest impact you'll notice is the NFTs. And so you won't be able to see NFTs. Your wallet will still be able to hold the NFTs, but you won't be able to see them if you have not upgraded your wallet. So to do that, you just have to log in. Let me just get my code here. So when you do that, you can click on wallet on the left-hand side when it loads. And then if it doesn't show that you have your 2.0, oh, I logged into the wrong one. I'm so sorry. Nope, just waiting for the code. Sorry. Perfect. So when you log in, if you haven't set up your wallet, it's going to show you this. If you set up your wallet today, it's automatically going to put you on the 2.0 wallet. So you don't need to worry about doing an upgrade. If you had already set up your wallet, when you go into your wallet, it's going to say upgrade to 2.0. You can do that with your 12 words. You can also go to our support site. And if you just search for upgrade wallet, this is going to give you how do I upgrade to wallet version 2.0. So it will give you all the steps for it. If you have any questions, you can always submit a request to our team and we can help walk you through that. But if you have your 12 words, which all of you should because you're perfect little users and you have your 12 words saved in a secure spot, you'll just enter those and then set your password and you're all done. That will allow you to be able to see the 2.0 or see the NFTs in your wallet and be able to see just a little bit more security and some of the upgrades that we've done on the back end. So that's pretty much it for me, but go on and submit your feedback and you'll be entered to win the Galvan or win some eyes.
Well, awesome. Well, thanks so much, Casey. Thank you so much for all of you, Robert, Adam. It's great information, guys. We've got an amazing team here. And if you can see, it really is about the individuals. I mean, what Galvan is about is how do we help every individual person, whether it's the training that we're doing, focusing on our well-being and the well-being of those that we care about. So important. So as we're getting ready to do this, okay, anytime that we're going to go and do something that we haven't done before, okay, it's going to be a little bit uncomfortable. Okay. And because of that comfort zone is where growth doesn't happen. So if we want to grow and we're wanting to do all these things that we're hearing about today, if we're wanting to be better at using the G Plus app and targeting those things that are going to improve where we see we need improvement on, if we want to be focusing on, how we can look at what we can do to be more satisfied with things in our life and with where we're going, we have to get out of that comfort zone. And so what I want to talk about is I've been doing this for a long time and I've seen a lot of people, I've taught a lot of people over the last couple of decades how to become entrepreneurs. And really what it means to be an entrepreneur is it just means to master yourself in some way. because the only person that's going to make change happen is you. The only person that's going to make things better in our lives is when we take those actions, right? So as we're getting out there and as we're focusing on what Galvan is all about, I want to give you a couple of things that I've seen that have kind of been pitfalls or kind of the enemies of growth as you're getting started. I want to talk about 4 key enemies today because I just want you to be aware of it. I think a lot of us, if we don't know what to expect, then it's hard for us to see it. But when we see it happening and we see it coming, then we can do something about it, right? So as we always say here at Galvan, I always want to do the disclaimers, which we always do. These are forward-looking statements. If we're ever talking about our growth or what could happen in our future, you want to screenshot that. If you want to read that later, you can. But here's what I want us to see. I mean, we talked about this last week. Okay, we've got a great event that's going on this week. It's going to be, the Fab Life event in Florida. There's more information on that I'm sure you've been able to see. You've gotten emails from the community. We posted it on different things, but we're going to be there talking about blockchain. Just wanted to put that out there first and foremost, as that is this week. So if you know anybody in the area, anybody in the region, you're able to go to this event for free. In fact, the event after we're doing a big event on Thursday. Okay, but Friday and Saturday, Dr. Fab is doing a full event that he has a lot of his clients come and pay big money for. And we're able to have some guests come. So if you want to come and not have to pay the hundreds of dollars that typically would cost to come, we have ways to get you there as being part of our community. So want to throw that out there. We can get some more information as well. But let's get into this. The 4 main enemies to your growth, to any growth in anything that we're trying to do, one is deception. And what I mean by deception is sometimes I think in our minds, we make it sound easier than it is. Okay. And if we make it sound too easy, then when there is some objection, when there is a roadblock, it makes it easier for us to say, okay, well, I can't do this, or I can't quit. Well, what is it going to take? When we're telling somebody that you need to go out there, if you want to be something different at the end of 2025, as an individual, you want that personal development, that personal growth. Okay, you are going to have to grow. And I think that seeing success in anything, you're going to lose more people in making it sound too easy than you ever will in just being real with people. So being real, going out there and paving the way on a new concept, for us to go out there, blockchain is changing the world. It's going to change the world. But guess what? It's new. So if you don't think you're going to get any objections, if you don't think you're going to get any doubt or any questions, guys, we're fooling ourselves. See, we're the early adopters. We're the people that are going out there and see it before the masses see it. So with that, we're going to have to deal with some rejection. And if we don't think that that's the case, if we don't think that somebody's going to challenge us on what we're doing, because I've had people challenge me my whole life. And I love to go out there and prove them wrong. That's not why I do it, but I love to go out there and show them, because we're going to show the world that Galvan is changing the world one person at a time. So I want to set the stage right now, as you're going to have people doubt you, okay? And I don't want you to be deceived and make you think that this is going to be simple. Now, we're going to have ways and tools, if you're going to be part of this community and helping us expand this community, on how to make that easier and explain those things. But let's just be real, that rejection is going to happen. When people don't see it the way that we see it, sometimes we could get down. I remember when I first started, and I was an entrepreneur years ago, and I had a mentor that was a multi-millionaire that grabbed me by the arm. And I went out there, and when I heard it from him, I was so excited. And I went and tried to share the same things that he shared with me, and person after person after person just rejected it. Just put it in a category that it wasn't in. That, oh, is that think about it. People can think we're a meme coin, think that we're just another one of those deals. And it's not true. And so what I had to learn is I had to understand why I was doing what I was doing. See, you're here for a reason. And you're here because you're most likely dissatisfied with something, which is great. To be dissatisfied with something means that we're not content where we're at. We want to go somewhere else. We want to be more. We want to have more. We want to become more. We're not satisfied, and it's okay. And so for us to be here for a reason, we need to remember that reason. And that needs to be bigger than any rejection that we have, because we're going to get it, because there's opposition in all things. And if you think about it, what's the thing that makes a kite go into the air? There's a string on the kite, and what does it need? It needs wind pushing against it. If there is no string, if there's no wind pushing against the kite's not going to lift. So there's going to have to be some rejection in what we're doing. And we got to understand and just be real that this is what's going to happen, but that's also what's going to lift us up. And if we know why we're here and what we're doing, it doesn't really matter. Okay. We're not after the people that don't see what this can do for humanity, that don't see what this can do for them. As we go out there and share this, the rejection is going to be real, though. So I just like to set the stage for that. Let's be real. Let's be honest. We're going to deal with some rejection as we go out there and share this with people. And it can be an enemy of growth, or it can lift us even higher. But one of the things that I've always remembered is, do you know what? When somebody gives me their opinion, and when I'm listening to people like Wright, or listening to people that have done things that I haven't done, and I want to trade places with some of their success that they've had. I don't want to trade places with people that don't think as big as the people that I'm trying to be mentored by. And so would I trade places with them? Would I want to be in their shoes? And maybe I would in certain situations, but what do I want for me, my family, my future? Okay. And if somebody is not going to pay for my kids to get married, or pay for my kids to go to college, or any of those things, or is not going to take care of my health for me, or put together my own personal health plan, or track my own well-being, then I really don't care about their opinion. Easier said than done. Okay. But we need to be understanding and realize that this is what we're talking about. And as we go out there and we get this rejection, as we're going to run into dream stillers, they're going to run into people that say, oh, I tried something in the crypto space and I lost money. Okay, well, that has nothing to do with Galvan. Guys, I mean, it has nothing to do with what we're doing. You're going to have dream stillers. Oh, I heard about this, or I wonder, my friend told me about something like this that happened to them. And you're going to have that. Sometimes when people don't have dreams of their own, they like to crush other people's. And I don't think they mean to do it on purpose a lot of times. Sometimes it's the people that are closest to us. But what we got to realize is we're going to be dealing with that, because we're paving a way, once again, that hasn't been paved. We're doing something, and that's what's so exciting about this challenge. What's so exciting about what I consider a crusade is we're doing something that has never been done before. And it's going to change lives like it's never been able to before. And because of that, and it's a better way, we're going to impact more people than we ever have before. So what's going on here as we talk about and look at these enemies is we just need to be aware. There's going to be those dream stealers. Your dream needs to be bigger than the people that are trying to steal it. And don't let them steal it. Okay? Because there's always those people that have to go and be those front runners. And that's exactly who we are and what we are today. And then you're going to have people that see this and are a part of it. Let's say that they want to help promote and grow this community. And then they kind of lose and are not get distracted, and maybe aren't interested in having that passion. I mean, that's another thing that can be an enemy. When I've got somebody that I'm really, really excited to lock arms with, and they're really, really excited about what we're doing, and then they lose that passion or lose that steam. I mean, I've dealt with this for years, but here's what I've learned over the years. If I do what I do, and we consistently do those things on a daily basis to share with people what this community is all about, what the G+ app is good for, how it can benefit people. I mean, we know that this is a win for everybody. What this community is ultimately going to be able to do. Okay? How building this community and decentralizing what we're decentralizing, to give people the power back to own their own medical records, to be able to track those things. We're going to obviously have some people that catch the vision and maybe aren't as focused. And what I've learned is if I do what I do and continue to push forward, I always, always, always see growth. I've always seen growth in everything that's been done. So with all the exciting things that are happening, I want you to know that we're going to have some of these enemies sometimes. And so what we don't want is we don't want that to ever get in the way of what we're really after, what our goals really are, where we're really going. And so sometimes if we can see those pitfalls, if we can see those roadblocks before we get to them, we understand what they are. But here's what I can tell you, that what we're doing, out of all the things that I've ever been a part of, I'm more excited about Galvan right now in what we're doing with everything that we're putting together than I have been excited about anything. And that's one of the reasons why I know, like a lot of you, I put a lot of things on hold to be here, right now, because we're not going to get this timing back. And the timing that we have right now this year, 2025, and what we're going to be doing over the next 90 to 180 days is going to change the course of so many things. And we're going to be able to impact so many people's lives. And, hindsight's 2020. I've run into a lot of successful people. And one of my first companies that I was a part of, that was $1 billion company. And when I asked them, what were some of the things these successful people, I try to pick their brains and get information from them. And I said, if there's anything that you could give me as far as information that would help me, or anything you could go back and do differently, what would you do? And one of the things that one gentleman said to me that stuck with me is this: if I really would have understood where I was and the timing that I had, I would have worked 10 times harder. If I really would have understood the window of opportunity when I was in it, before it was obvious to everybody else, okay, I would have worked 10 times harder, but I didn't realize it. And this is somebody that was already a multimillionaire and saw a lot of success, but he knew that there was a window of timing and a window of opportunity. Now, I can't see the future, but what I do know is a lot of people don't know what Galvan is, and we have an opportunity to share that with a lot of people. A lot of people don't understand what this concept is and how powerful it is. We have the opportunity to take it to the world. I know that this window that we have of opportunity and timing, with everything switching from Web 2 to Web 3, from centralized to decentralized, to not having the power to giving people the power, this is where we're at. And with all the things that are lining up, like I said, I don't know the future. I can't see it. I can't guarantee it. But here's what I do know, is I can go out there and pave the way for great things to happen as we go out there and share this community with the globe. So I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to be teamed up with individuals like you. I'm excited to know that what we're doing when I wake up every single day is something that can change a lot of lives in the future. So don't be ashamed of this. Don't be afraid if you get somebody that doesn't understand it. It's okay. Don't let somebody steal your dream. And don't let somebody, just because they don't get it and they don't see it, make you think that this isn't as big as you know that it is and can be for you, your family, and all of those people in the future that are going to follow us, because we went out and paved the way, and we're the foundational early adopters in something that is going to revolutionize health and wellness, and revolutionize the way people track their health, and the way people are able to put a plan together that is going to impact them personally. So anyway, thank you for being here today, guys. So excited to be able to be on this journey with every single one of you. What we have really does matter and is making a difference. And it's people like you that see it, that get it, that are out there making it happen. So keep up the good work. We wish you all the best. And, as we continue to go out there and as Galvanators, we unite to make things better for people. That's the goal, is go out there one day at a time, one person at a time. We share our passion and share this project with people and let them make that decision for themselves. So let's go out there, have an awesome, awesome week. hopefully, if you've got anybody in Florida, let them know, have them come up, introduce themselves to me, say, hey, somebody, whoever it is that you're inviting, make sure that you let them know, my name, Byron, I'm going to be there, and I'm happy to talk to anybody that's there and be able to make sure that they're taken care of. All right, everybody, let's go out, have a fabulous week, and we'll see you. Take care.
With every breath, a promise to rise. Together we chase the limitless skies. Galvanize the world.